The ISU for You Promise website tour. The address is there for you, and if you Google ISU for You Promise, it'll come up on there too. What I want to do today is just show you 3 quick highlights in that area, and then I'm going to set you off on a solo adventure as you take a little break again for a moment and get something to eat, if you haven't eaten enough already. When you get to the website, you are going to see this video with, that's Kayla, that was the person who was in this position before me. Katie and I will be making our own video here shortly. It's on my to-do list here. You'll want to always use the menu on the right-hand side when you are on this page. The ones across the top are the more general Iowa State. So the ISU for You Promise are focused on the right-hand side. The 3 that I want to focus on are eligibility is probably one of the first. Oops. Because there's always the question, well, how are people eligible for that? Oh, is it?
Just go ahead.
Okay. Thanks. People are always curious as to what is the eligibility for this, and some of you may already have heard it before, but this will spell it out for you. The tuition award. And how the 5th graders, as long as they finish 5th grade at Moulton King Elementary School, they are qualified and eligible for the program. And then to keep eligibility, they just need to move through the Des Moines Public School System, staying in the Des Moines Public School System, and graduate from one of the Des Moines Public High Schools. And for every year that they were at Moulton or King, they will get 20% tuition awards for that. So there's no connection to, if they had I had a mother call the other day, and she said, well, I know that my daughter missed some school a couple of years ago when she was living with her father and she wasn't getting to school all the time and she missed a lot of days. Will she be ineligible now? And the answer is no. As long as she successfully makes it through 5th grade, she will be eligible for that. She'll need to be accepted to Iowa State, of course, later on, but she will be eligible, right? The other one that I think is really important is sorry if I look up in newbie. I'm trying to do it up here and here at the same time. My hand-eye coordination is not. Is it spinning?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. The resource section. There we go. And if in your schools and in your community organizations, if you're interested in finding out more about the work and the promise, we have the handbook available there in English and in Spanish, and then in a whole host of other languages for the other students who are there. So if you happen to know someone, a family or student who you don't see the language up here, let me know, and we will do what we can to get that translated and get the information up on the website for you. The other thing that I want to mention is, is to watch our videos. It's right here. You'll notice here we've got some introduction to the Promise program. We've got introductions from King and Moulton Elementary there as well about the neighborhoods. And then you'll find some days down here at the bottom. Day 1, diversity, and then Day 2, ethnic identity development, and so on. What this has been created for the practicum students from Iowa State who will be going down and doing their practicum experiences in King and Moulton. And many of you may know that a lot of the students who come to Iowa State may be coming from small rural areas in Iowa. And to go to King or Moulton will be a completely different experience for them from what they were used to. And so These videos are 3 to 5 minutes long. They feature even Janelle Mueller right there with the relationships one on there. But they talk about different areas of awareness and things to watch for in the classroom. And it is just one in a series of steps that we are making to help nurture and support those students who might not have as much experience in an urban environment, to be able to see to shift their lens from what they are used to and what they saw to this idea that it does look different, yes, but that there are still many similarities along the way. And it helps them to make that path a little smoother as they move into something that is completely different for them. Okay? And so any ideas that you have to help support that, I would welcome those too on how to nurture that awareness, to make that connection go a little smoother. And then the last one, Katie Bruno was talking about her publication that she recently had. Oops, I need to go out of there. I'm on YouTube now, aren't I? There. I'll just tell you about that. There's one on there that's scholarly efforts, and you can get to the publication that was just recently published that Katie and some of her colleagues did that talks about if we build it, will they come? I would really encourage you to read that article. It gives really good background on our Promise program, but then also other Promise programs around the United States and the distinctions between them. Okay? Now, as you break off for your own solo adventure, if you have a smartphone with you, I encourage you to go onto the website on your little break and networking and getting some food, and check out the various things that are there, that are options there. And once you've found something that seems like it might be helpful or relevant to you and how you support the ISU for You Promise program, I'm going to have a jar on the back table back there, and there's some little slips in here where you can put your name, your organization, and then I want you to list one thing that you found on the website that you think would be helpful to you or your organization or your college faculty, whatever, some kind of resource that you find there, and put that back in the jar. And then when we reconvene in just like 5 to 10 minutes or so, put your little thing in there and we'll draw it. And we've got some ISU for You swag back there, t-shirts and sweatshirts that you may win, okay? Understood? All right, go. Your solo adventure.